Colorado has America's sixth lowest unemployment rate, but today, a sign of trouble as a man who couldn't get the job he wanted indicated he'll settle for being a senator instead. Fresh off his failed presidential campaign, former Governor John Hickenlooper is getting into the Democratic Senate primary. He wasted no time. It appears that Hickenlooper recorded his Senate launch video last Friday, one day after his presidential campaign went kaput. At least that's what the owner of his old brew pub, Wincoop, thinks about the timing of the video shoot. Hickenlooper is joining a Democratic primary with a dozen candidates already, yet he's expected to be an immediate and immense favorite, given his popularity among Democrats statewide and name ID that no one in that primary can match. He's doing his
At a certain point, you have to make a decision whether you're going to sit on the sidelines and just be a critic, or whether you're going to turn around and actually try to do something. I spent a lot of time thinking about it, and I want to be part of the solution. I don't want to sit on the sidelines. I want to go back and help people like Ed Perlmutter really get things done in Washington. Look at how we're being misrepresented in Washington right now. Climate change. Coloradans care about climate change. Our skiing industry is at risk, and yet Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump basically don't believe in it.
That was Governor Hickenlooper at a campaign event in Golden just about 10 minutes ago, asked why he is now in the Senate race after repeatedly saying that he didn't want the job and wouldn't be all that good at it. Half dozen of the biggest names in the Democratic primary have come here to Next to take questions as they launch their campaigns. We invited Hickenlooper, but we have not yet received a commitment that he's going to appear here to answer questions. So instead, we'll take that time today to remind you about everyone else who is currently lined up to challenge Republican Senator Cory Gardner, who is Democrats' top target in 2020.
You've got Mike Johnston, former state senator who lost a Democratic primary for governor, crusader against gun violence. He's also focusing on climate change. Alice Madden, former State House Majority Leader who lost a statewide race for CU Region. She's talking education, clean energy, and middle-class economics. Andrew Romanoff, former State House Speaker who lost a primary for U.S. Senate as well as a House race. He's staking out progressive positions, the Green New Deal, Medicare for All. Dan Baer worked as an ambassador in Europe during the Obama administration. He led Hick's Department of Education. He's focusing on education, climate, and LGBTQ civil rights. State Senator Angela Williams, she mirrors many of Hickenlooper's more moderate stances, like on business issues, but she's criticized his leadership. Former U.S. Attorney for Colorado John Walsh, he went after Wall Street following the financial collapse. He's talking about the economy and health care. But wait, there's more. Lorena Garcia, a community organizer. Diana Bray, a psychologist and climate activist. Stephanie Rose Spalding, a women's and ethnic studies professor at the University of Colorado in Colorado Springs. Michelle Ferrigno-Warren, a community activist. And Trish Zornio, a biomedical scientist. Not one of them quit the race today upon hearing that Hickenlooper has come home to claim his nomination.
You can see our interviews with the candidates on the Next YouTube channel. Now, Senator Gardner ignored our request for an interview, so we caught up with him for an unscheduled accountability session, and that video is also on our YouTube channel. We'll keep you updated on whether Hickenlooper agrees to take our questions. One last word on former Governor Hickenlooper entering the Senate race. Have you ever hired somebody to do a job for you? Would you hire somebody who told you they didn't really want the job and wouldn't be good at it? Probably not. I say probably not. I did not say absolutely not. Maybe you would decide the person would be good at the job, despite what they've said. Maybe you decide the person wasn't telling the truth when they said they weren't interested, and the truth is overrated. Maybe you would decide that the person currently doing the job for you is such a disaster, you'll take anyone who can get him out of there. The tricky part for the person who's looking to get hired here, former Governor Hickenlooper, is that everybody knows that he's only applying because he did not get the job he really wanted. And he's also not the only person who wants to work for you. There's a line out the door. There's the current man on the job and a whole bunch of other potential hires who all say they do want the job and they would be good at it. So you get to decide. You're the one picking who we hire. Subscribe to the Next YouTube channel and I'll buy you a beer. Am I actually buying them a beer? This could be a very poor idea. We need some terms and conditions. Offer subject to terms and conditions.